NFL Week 3 has arrived, so in today's video, I will be picking every Week 3 game, starting off with the Patriots at the Jets tonight as of recording this on Thursday. The Jets are favored 70% to the Patriots 29. Patriots have looked pretty solid so far, but I think the Jets at home at MetLife, the stadium's going to be explosive. I think they will win this game 20-13. I don't think it's going to be a super high-scoring game, but the Jets should win just based off the fact that they have the better quarterback, the better running back, better offense, better defense. They're better at everything on paper, so I'm going to pick the Jets. And yeah, hopefully we can see Aaron Rodgers at a top form again. Sunday games now, starting off with the 12 o'clock games. We have Bears at Colts. Now, the Colts are favored 53 to the Bears 47. I am going to pick the Bears to win this game. Their offense has not been good at all. But if there's any game besides the Panthers where they can make their offense look better, it's going to be this game. The Colts' run defense is at the bottom of the league in terms of yards per carry, for like yards per game. I think I'm going to have to pick the Bears here. I am a Bears fan, but I'm going to get the Bears a 24-20 game. It's going to be close, but I hope my Bears can pull this one out. Chargers and Steelers is a game that interests me a lot because I like both teams. They're both 2-0. It's in Pittsburgh, but I'm going to pick the Chargers. J.K. Dobbins has looked explosive so far with LA. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt because he's really talented when on the field. I think Jim Harbaugh has turned this team around very well. And the Chargers offense is a lot better than the Steelers. The Steelers only have one touchdown this whole season, and yet they're still 2-0. So I am going to pick the Chargers, although the Steelers defense is really good. I'll say 13-10. It's going to be sloppy, but I am going to give it to the Chargers. The Saints are hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to keep this one short. The Eagles did not look good against the Falcons, and I think the Saints are better than the Falcons right now. It's in New Orleans. I'm going to pick New Orleans to win 40-29. Very interesting score. I think the Saints somehow find a way to keep the 40-point scoring streak. It just feels like it's their year for some reason. I don't know why, but I think the Saints continue to dominate the NFL. The Packers are headed to Tennessee to take on the Titans. This is another one where I could go either way. I think Malik Willis is playing in this game. If Jordan Love plays, maybe I'd pick the Packers. But Malik Willis, I am still going to pick the Packers. I'm just playing. Will Levis is not looking that good so far. He's made a lot of dumb mistakes. You can obviously get rid of mistakes. I don't think that happens this week. I'm going to get the Packers, even though they're not in Lambeau. I think Josh Jacobs just continues to carry the load. Expect over 25 carries from him. That sounds a little bit crazy, but I think based off last game, they know that they need to give the ball to Josh Jacobs a ton. Texans, Vikings, if you showed me this before week 1, I would be like, Texans easy. But now it's pretty interesting. They do have the Texans favored at 55% chance to win. I think it could go either way. Both 2-0 teams. I am going to pick the Texans to win 27-20. But don't count out the Vikings if they lose this game. They still have looked really good so far. I just think that the Texans are going to find a way to pull it out. They probably do have the better offense. Defensively, they looked good against the Bears. That's not saying too much. Vikings, their defense looked really good against the Niners. So I could go the Vikings, but I am going to pick the Texans. Giants are going to Cleveland to take on the Browns. If you're not a Browns or Giants fan, you probably don't care about this game. Well, neither do I. I'm going to pick the Browns to win 10-3 because their defense is still a top unit. Giants' defense is pretty good as well. So I really don't know how scoring is even going to happen in this game. It feels like it's just one of those games that happens and you forget about in 2 days. So I'm going to pick the Browns to win 10-3. The Broncos are headed to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. This is my lock of the week. I'm guaranteeing you that the Bucs win this game. They won in Detroit against the Lions. Now they're headed home to face a bottom team in the Broncos who failed to score over 10 points against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bucs aren't as good of a defense as the Steelers, but they still are good. And the offense is a lot better than Pittsburgh's offense. Expect one of Mike Evans or Chris Godwin to go off this game, and the Bucs get another huge win. Dolphins, Seahawks, obviously prayers for Tua. I hope he's able to recover. I'm going to pick the Seahawks. Skylar Thompson is just bad. He's just bad. That's really the only way to put it. I think the Seahawks had another big win in Seattle, and the 12th man, you guys rise up this week as well. The Panthers are headed to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. Look, the Panthers are a dumpster fire. There is one curious thing, though, in this game, is how is Andy Dalton going to look? This will decide whether it's the situation or the quarterback. If Andy Dalton looks really good and the Panthers somehow win, then Bryce Young is going to get called a bust triple times more than he is already now. If Andy Dalton doesn't look good, then people are going to ease up on Bryce Young. I think the latter is the one that happens. I got the Raiders winning 30-15. I don't even know how the Panthers score 15. That's just a score that came to my mind. But yeah, Raiders start off 2-1. Ravens are headed to Jerry's World to take on the Cowboys. This game is split. 51% are in favor of the Ravens. I really don't know what to do for this game. It is at the Cowboys here, so that gives them a little bit of an advantage. And if I'm going to be honest, until the Ravens win a game, I don't really want to pick them after that Week 2 game against the Raiders. So I do think I am going to pick the Cowboys 30-27 in a bit of a high-scoring game. CeeDee Lamb is going to eat on that Ravens secondary. The Ravens secondary is at the bottom of the league in terms of, pass yards per game. It's not been good. I think the Cowboys are going to win. Might be a little bit of a shocker, but it's right down the middle right now. It's really hard to come up with a team that is going to win this game. 49ers versus Rams. Let's keep this one short. Puka's hurt. Cooper Kupp is hurt. They're both going to miss multiple weeks. This Rams offense is going to have to rely on Kyron Williams like never before. Over 30 carries, whatever the attempts is, if you ever do those over-under things, pick the over because he's getting more. I'm picking the Niners to win 30-10. It's going to be rough, Rams fans. I'm sorry that you guys are going through this, but your season's probably over. Lions versus Cardinals. This is going to... I'll save that for a sec. The Lions are headed to Arizona. They lost to Tampa Bay last week. And the Cardinals blew out the Rams last week. So what I was trying to say earlier is that this is going to be my upset of the week. I have the Cardinals winning 24-21 in a fun game. There's going to be a lot of chaoticness in this game. Kyler Murray uses his legs on the Lions defense. I think Aiden Hutchinson gets over 1.5 sacks, so 2 or above. And the Cardinals pull it out. I think the Cardinals are really good this year, so don't sleep on Arizona. Sunday Night Football was the Chiefs at the Falcons. Falcons look good on Monday night, especially on that final drive by Kirk Cousins. Now, the Chiefs, you never really pick against the Chiefs until it is time to pick against the Chiefs. And I don't feel like that time is now. I do like this game, though, just in general. I don't know why, but it's a game that entices me to watch for some reason. I don't know if it's like Kirk Cousins versus Patrick Mahomes, something like that. I'm not too sure, but I am going to pick the Chiefs to win 28-24 in a pretty good game. There is 2 Monday Night Football games this week. The first one is Jaguars at Buffalo versus the Bills. One team has looked really good so far. One team has not. If that doesn't explain my answer, then I'm going to pick the Bills in a pretty big blowout. Not like 30-point blowout, but I think they'll win by over 20. Josh Allen has looked great, like always. Trevor Lawrence has been shaky. That whole offense has been shaky. They lost to the Browns. There's just no reason for me not to pick Buffalo in this game. The final game of NFL Week 3 is Commanders at Bengals. Bengals did look good against the Chiefs. They did lose that game. Both teams are at 0-2. So if you lose this game, you fall to 0-3, and your playoff hopes are probably crushed. So I think the Bengals are going to pull it out. It's a lot more important for the Bengals to win than it is for the Commanders, because the Bengals, they need to get a higher playoff seed. So the Bengals win. Commanders, just hope that Jaden Daniels plays good. He's looked good so far. I think he's going to continue to use his legs. And he actually has been the best rookie quarterback, in my opinion, so far. So that is going to wrap up NFL Week 3 predictions. I did okay last week at best. It wasn't my best week. So hopefully this week turns it around. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. You can buy my membership if you want. Use code TRIXIOC in the Fortnite item shop if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.